Hello everyone. So we are back in the daily cybersecurity news for 28th of February 2019. The first news is CoinHive crypto checking service to shut down in March 2019. So CoinHive, which is an in-browser Monero cryptocurrency miner famous for being abused by malware gangs, announced this week its intention to shut down all operations next month on March 8th, 2019. CoinHive said all in-browser Monero mining will stop working after March 8th, and registered users will have until April 30th to withdraw funds from their accounts. It worked on the idea that websites could load a JavaScript file, coinhive.js, on their pages. This JavaScript file would mine Monero inside visitors' browsers on behalf of the site owners. The more time the users spend on the site, the more money the site owner would make. But despite some public experimentation on the Pirate Bay, CoinHive never caught on with major websites, being fiercely criticized for driving CPU usage inside browsers through the roof. Instead, CoinHive became the go-to solution for cyber criminals who proceeded to hack sites all over the internet and leave the CoinHive file configured to mine Monero for their accounts. This got CoinHive's domain banned in both antivirus products and ad blocker browser extensions alike. Yesterday's announcement from CoinHive effectively puts an end to the in-browser crypto checking trend that at one point dominated all the security community's discussion in 2017 and 18. Okay, next news is Google Chrome zero day used in the wild to collect user data via PDF files. Okay, let me go to the details of this news. Okay, a security firm said this week that it discovered malicious PDF documents exploiting a Google Chrome browser zero day. The vulnerability allowed attackers to collect data from users who open PDF files inside Chrome's built-in PDF viewer. Exploit detection service EdgeSpot, the company that found these malicious files, says the PDF documents would contact a remote domain with information on the user's device, such as IP address, OS version, Chrome version, and the path of the PDF file on the user's computer. This phone home behavior did not take place when researchers opened the same PDF files in desktop PDF viewer apps, such as Adobe Reader and others, but was limited to Chrome only. The first batch of malicious PDF files sent user data back to the readnotify.com domain, while the second sent it to zuxjk, it's a big domain, dot burbcollaborator.net. There was no additional malicious code in the PDF files that EdgeSpot discovered. However, collecting data on users who open a PDF file can aid attackers in fine-tuning future attacks exploits. The researchers said they notified Google over the Christmas holiday last year when they first discovered the documents. The Chrome team acknowledged the zero day and promised a fix for late April. The blog post also contains samples and indicators of compromise IOC for the malicious PDF files the company discovered. Until a patch is out, EdgeSpot is recommending that users either use a desktop app to view PDF files or disable their internet connection while they open PDF documents in Chrome. Okay, so going to the next news, which is let's see. Okay, Cloudborne vulnerability could allow attackers to implant backdoor in the BMC firmware. So researchers detected a new vulnerability called Cloudborne that could allow attackers to implant backdoor in the firmware or BMC of bare metal servers, causing a variety of attack situations. The baseboard management controller, which is called BMC, is a third-party component designed to enable remote management of server for initial provisioning, operating system reinstall, and troubleshooting. The various attack simulations an attacker could perform by exploiting this vulnerability could include permanent denial of service, PDoS, steal data from applications running on the cloud service, and execute a remote ransomware attack by disabling the application. Eclipsium research team detected the cloud-borne vulnerability that could allow attackers to implant malicious backdoors within the firmware of cloud services. IBM published the details of the vulnerability, assigning a low severity rating of the vulnerability. However, Eclipsium denied that a low severity rating is not appropriate and that they would classify the vulnerability as a critical vulnerability with 9.3 severity rating. IBM has enforced all BMCs, including those that are already reporting updated firmware to be reflashed with factory firmware before they are reprovisioned to other customers. Further, IBM has reset all BMC firmware passwords and has erased all logs in the BMC firmware. Okay, going to the next one. New flaws re-enable DMA attacks on wide range of modern computers. Security researchers have discovered a new class of security vulnerabilities that impacts all major operating systems, including Microsoft Windows, Apple macOS, Linux, and FreeBSD, allowing attackers to bypass protection mechanisms introduced to defend against DMA attacks. Known for years, direct memory access or DMA attacks let an attacker compromise a targeted computer in a matter of seconds by plugging in a malicious hot plug device such as an external network card, mouse, keyboard, printer, storage, and graphics card into the Thunderbolt 3 port or the latest USB-C port. The DMA-based attacks are possible because Thunderbolt port allows connected peripherals to bypass operating system security policies and directly read-write system memory that contains sensitive information, including your passwords, banking logins, private files, and browser entity. That means simply plugging in an infected device created using tools like interception can manipulate the contents of the memory and execute arbitrary code with much higher privilege than regular universal bus peripherals, allowing attackers to bypass the lock screen or control PCs remotely. To block DMA-based attacks, most operating systems and devices leverage Input-Output Memory Management Unit, which is famously called as IOMMU. Now, a team of cybersecurity researchers from the University of Cambridge and SRI International has unveiled a set of new vulnerabilities in various major operating systems that could allow attackers to bypass IOMMU protection. In a paper published earlier this week, researchers detailed technical information of all new vulnerabilities that they claim to have discovered using a hardware-software stack called Thunderclap, which they built and also released in the open source. Researchers have reported their findings to all major hardware and operating system vendors, and most of them have already shipped substantial mitigation to address the Thunderclap vulnerabilities. Okay, moving on to the last news, which is one of the biggest in this list. Severe flaws in Share IT Android app let hackers steal your files. And there is a POC app also in the description if you want to see actually how it happens. Okay, going to the news. Security researchers have discovered two high severity vulnerabilities in the Share IT Android app that could allow attackers to bypass device authentication mechanism and steal files containing sensitive from a victim's device. With over 1.5 billion users worldwide, ShareIt is a popular file sharing application for Android, iOS, Windows, and Mac that has been designed to help people share video, music, files, and apps across devices. With more than 500 million users, the ShareIt Android app was found vulnerable to a file transfer application's authentication bypass flaw and an arbitrary file download vulnerability, according to a blog post Red Force researchers shared with the Hacker News. The vulnerabilities were initially discovered over a year back in December 2017 and fixed in March 2018, but the researchers decided not to disclose their details until Monday, given the impact of the vulnerability. Its big attack surface and ease of exploitation. Researchers discovered that when a user with no valid session tries to fetch a non-existent page, instead of regular 404 page, the ShareIt app responds with a 200 status code empty page and adds the user into recognized devices, eventually authenticating an unauthorized user. The vulnerabilities affect the ShareIt for Android applications earlier to version 4.0.38. If you haven't yet, you should update your ShareIt app from Google Play Store as soon as possible. Okay, that covers all the news for today. Thank you, guys and girls.